Welcome back to the channel. Wow, it is nice out. This is Wednesday, late afternoon, evening, Wednesday, yeah. Anyways, got the 900 gasoline started to back up. For some reason, I have to give it a shot of carb cleaner, and it'll fire right up, and it'll run fine. I'm guessing something's still dirty in there. The other day, I changed the valve core, just only in this tire, and this seems to be holding air. Tire is not in excellent condition by no means. It's gonna need to be replaced, but that's kind of nice. But I want to let the oil warm up in this, then we're going to change it. That seat's coming off. That muffler's going to get changed. Wow, she steers easy. Yeah, I got that 8-foot blade that I bought recently. I'm really thinking this tractor here is going to be my snow plowing tractor. Kind of think about finding a heavy loader for it, just so I have another loader tractor around here. Because eventually I'm going to have to put a clutch in a big mow and fix the shuttle shift on it. So right now the shuttle shift doesn't work, and it has never worked since I've owned it. But I'm just thinking that'll be a good time to fix that when we're in there at the clutch. We'll take the loader off that, but I need to get the other projects done first. It doesn't have to have the clutch yet, but I'm just thinking for the future. But yeah. This tractor needs a good bath. Got all that terrible food all over it. So we'll go back, just go for a little run. We'll go back, check the food plot crops. I'm just gonna check out what's over there. That UV diesel left the other day. That went to Ohio. Friend John. He paid for that a long time ago, and he come up to the show, brought a trailer, and took it back with him. So all that stuff is still growing. Look at all the oats. I don't know if you guys, I don't know if the camera can fit that, but there's tons of oats in that too. Oh, there's foxtail. I wonder where the heck the foxtail come from. But that's a good looking feed. They almost cut that for hay. See if it's charging. I don't think that gauge works. Well, the soybeans look like they're still being mowed off. We got a bunch of rain yesterday, last night. Yeah, they're growing. So I can see all the bean pods on there. That's good. Looking good, dark green. My brother has some corn, and Dad has some corn that's dented already. So, yeah. See what the deer have been chewing on it. Oh, I see dents on that corn too. Yeah, they're eating it. Looking good though. Order a few things for this. Choke cable for one thing. I have a new ignition switch. We're going to change that, and then hydraulic other things I need over. Oil sending unit for my 1050 diesel. Can't think what else, but yeah, gotta check the power steering fluid in this. Sounds a little bit noisy up there, but yeah, I told the people when I bought this one that I planned on keeping this one. Kind of thinking, man, a good Buffett. You can see that yellow paint coming through. Maybe she just made it. Yeah, she's running pretty good. Oh, somebody's coming. Like any of these other tractors, you know, they set for so long and they need to run. They'll run better. Oh, tree right there. But, yeah. I'd say she's running pretty good. Yeah, it's the 73rd one off the line. It's like the PTO brake's not working. But, and it does engage. That's nice. 3-point hitch. Put that forward. It should go down. Put some weight on it here. There she goes. Awesome. See, she comes up. Oh yeah. Awesome. Gotta fix that gas leak. That's on the list. So, well, I imagine she's warmed up enough. Tells me that the switch is working. Awesome. before we test that, let's get the oil coming out of this thing. So, hopefully I don't get it all over me. Now remember, this tractor's been sitting, and I put a whole bunch of stuff in it, you know, in the cylinders, so she's kind of, good thing we're changing the oil. So that's all I got to say. So a bunch of stuff in there, no biggie. We kind of knew that was going to happen. So it's semi-dark, but there is some, it's warm, but it's oil, and there's some other stuff in there. But like I say, I put acetone and some, you know, penetrant in there in the cylinders, so I'm sure that got in there. That's why I didn't really want to run it all that long, because, well, I don't need all that circulating there and everywhere. So yeah, all right, we'll get that off as well. I'll let this oil all drain out, but we'll get put a new filter in it and put some new oil in it. So I'm gonna go grab a rag real quick. I should have grabbed one. Yep, still a little bit coming out of here, but we're gonna let that drip for a while. Wow, that was none too tight. Neither was that one. So that one was kind of tight. So let's see, where can I put you? You can see and I can work. Stick you right on the ground. How's that? All right, you're just leaning against the tire, so don't be wiggling too much. So yeah. Boy, a guy could stand working in this weather. It's only in the 70s. I think the humidity might be up just a little bit yet, but yeah, there's still some crap coming out of there. Like I say, I didn't want to run this thing too long. But I do want to get the oil changed. We're going to have to check the rear end. Like I say, I'm going to check the power steering here in a minute. Somebody put silicone on the threads there. Interesting. I wonder if they had trouble with it leaking or something. Oh, somebody in one of my last videos there commented about putting a piece of fuel line on a spark plug and then twist them in. That's a great idea. I'm gonna have to try that, especially these ones that, you know, the spark plugs are so far down in there. So yeah, we're gonna have to try that. Seems like a piece of, somebody one time, a piece of garden hose or something too. I've seen somebody do something similar to that. So all right, 2 more. Yeah. So basically this is the same procedure as an M5 we just did not too long ago. The 602 is the same. Basically anything with a 336 and or 451, 4 1/4, 504. I should say small bell 504, because the big bell 504, which would be in a 700 series, those have a couple spin-ons on the side of the motor. So one more. I do have a filter right here, so Wix filter, which might be from one of you viewers. So cool. All right, let's see what kind of mess we got going on here. Yep, somebody was happy with silicone. Okay. Yep, I'm gonna have to do some cleaning, get all this silicone off of there. I don't need that in the motor. So. Yummy. Well, let's see what kind of filter it is. If it'll tell me. That side doesn't tell me squat. That doesn't tell me anything. See if there's anything in the middle. By chance. Right here. Heritage. So I think this is actually an AGCO filter. AGCO Heritage filter. So it can't be super duper old, but there's definitely some stuff in there that we don't want in there anymore, or we don't want in the motor. So awesome. Let's see much sludge. Not much at all. Okay, I'm happy with that. So yeah, we'll have to do clean all this silicone off. Yeah, no problem. All right, well, I'll get this all cleaned up and I'll bring you back. Okay, new filter is in. Alright, well, another thing too, before I forget to mention it, my buddy Brad Callahan, who had he had a plow day last year, or sorry, he had a tractor show last year, and if I remember, I'll put this flyer up on. Anyways, he is having a plow day and tractor show and plow day August 30th from 10 to 7:30 at his place, which is in Argyle Road, straight west of Argyle, a few miles. Let's see, 3.5 miles west of Argyle is where it's at, or 4.5 miles east of M53. Can't miss it. You'll see all the tractors, and see, plowing starts at 1, and they're having a tractor parade to follow. So again, this is like our plow day. If you're in the area, you just want to watch, just talk, look through, whatever, that's fine. You don't have to bring a tractor. So, yep, yeah, well, I'll keep promoting this, until it happens to the show. So it says all makes and models are welcome. So no restrictions on plow bottoms and stuff, this and that. And word on the street, there's going to be a pretty cool tractor there. So I think we'll all probably think that's pretty cool, but I don't want to let the cat out of the bag just in case it doesn't show up, because that makes me look silly. So that's the plan. So all right, so I'm thinking it's only 1 day. I will verify that before before that day, at least. Okay, let's get the rest of these bolts in. This weekend gonna be pretty busy. I've got an auction preview I'm doing. Then I'm going to be attending an auction. That is the plan, at least so far. The auction I'm previewing is it's a good one. So it's an online auction. It's not happening for a little while, but I got permission to do a preview on it, which is kind of nice. It won't be crowded. And then the auction I'm going to attend has got a bunch of Moline stuff in it, so I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what we can bring home. I don't know. But all right, better tighten that up before I forget. And it probably would be a good idea for me to run this for a little while and then change the oil again. You know, this tractor's sat so long, there could be some buildup, or, you know, just something in there. Flush it out. So phone is going off like crazy. People are already asking about the plow day. I've already texted a few guys the flyer, and they're asking all kinds of questions. So but that's all right. People like, I don't know, people like that. Okay. Yeah, I gotta get this wiring sorted out. I gotta figure out how come I gotta use. Well, you know what? Once I get that choke hooked up, I bet that'll cure that starting from needing starting fluid, you know, because I'll be able to choke it. Yeah, that'll probably take care of that. Okay, there's that. I'm gonna let that drip a little longer. I just think that's a good idea. Yeah. I think I got a screwdriver in here we can stick in there. Just to see if there's anything else that we don't want in there. Yep. A little bit of sludge yet. Could. Luckily this is the, you know, the bottom of the oil pan here, so. I wonder if I should spray some carb cleaner in there, or brake cleaner, and just try to flush out what's right there. I think I'll do that. Yeah, there's still some stuff coming out of there. That's the carb cleaner coming out. I almost wonder if I should like run some diesel or something through, you know, just straight through it. But I can let that ooze out of there too. But yeah, there's still some more stuff coming out. Like I say, this tractor sat for a while, but see, it was stuck, but I don't know. It wasn't stuck real bad. You know what I'm saying? I mean, bad enough that I couldn't bar it over with a, you know, a big flat pry bar, but that sure was easy with that little tool. But I did while this weekend. I haven't changed it yet. I bought a new starter solenoid just in case. You know, it's not talking in between the post, you know, because I have to cross this post and this post to get to make the starter work. So, you know, but, you know, I'm gonna troubleshoot everything here. I want to make sure, you know, because this, you know, in this group of wires here, then, you know, I think that goes to the switch, you know, powers the switch, and one of these with the key on. Well, I'll have to search it. With the key on, it should send power to the coil, and power, you know, when you're starting, it should send power to the coil. So, which will be in this group of wires here that goes forward, right? So that's what I gotta figure out, because there might be a break in it, because it works like at first with the key switch, I couldn't roll it over. Well, now it's working, but you know, and it could be in that key switch too, because that key switch has got a lot of rust and crap on it. So but I do have a new ignition switch, so I was going to change that, you know, and look at all the wiring, because it could be a bad connection on the back side of the yeah, this has been repainted. I thought it was. Just a bunch of loose, flaky stuff there. But anyways, yeah, we got a lot of stuff to tidy up on here. I want to clean this up. That fitting needs attention. This fitting needs attention. I want to replace that red hose there. That's just an air hose, and that's a temporary thing. I want to fix that. I still want a rubber hose on there just for the vibration wise, and but I'm thinking we'll do something here. This is a piece of hose I had laying around. It's actually on the ends. It's not good, but it's good enough for what we were doing there. So, but yeah, I want to make this shorter, and I don't know, run it back through here just to clean it up a little bit. But I guess, well, maybe, because that would, we'll figure it out. Little things. But I definitely need to get a new choke cable. This thing is frozen right up, and with the side panel off, or you know, the side panel off, I might even take the fuel tank off to get this wiring figured out. Not a bad idea. Anyways, then the brake needs attention because it was stuck when we picked it up. We just loosened it up and got it to move, which made that job a lot easier. But yeah, all in all, this tractor I think would clean up very, very nice. So this needs to be, the paint on this emblem needs to be touched up, but at least it's there and it's good shape. It's not all dinged up like some, or missing a piece. Yeah, this tractor has tons of potential. I am going to change that muffler. I'm going to put another muffler on it. I'm not going to put a straight pipe on it. I know some of you get excited when I say straight pipe, but normally I'm just teasing. I don't like things loud, to be honest with you. Our UTS gas of Nicholas's there has a straight pipe on it, and that hurts my ears to run it too long. So yeah, we need to do something different with that one as well. So all right, well, I'm gonna let this drip for a little bit, and I'll come back. All right, well, I got another muffler around here. I just want to see how big the top was here. 4-inch. Okay. Not gonna need that for a bit or forever. So, all right, well, let's get this huge. Oh, I did bring some squirt here. The engine being, you know, warmed up, that should help these loosen up, but you never know. Ouch. So yeah, I want to get that side panel back on the other side too, and the front shield, I guess, or panel as well. Just make it look a little better at the minute. I took it off so I can get to the crankshaft to help turn it, but now I don't need that on there like that. I might have to grab a hammer and give this thing a little tappy tap. I don't know. Somebody made a comment about how satisfying it is to bring another tractor back from, you know, back from the dead. You know, I had a conversation with somebody not too long ago that, you know, since they see me get these tractors unstuck, you know, and this is, you know, not every tractor you're gonna have that success. There's some that are stuck so bad that, you know, you'll never get the piston to, you know, separate from the head or from the block. So, you know, got to keep that in mind too. This isn't gonna, stuff I do doesn't work on every tractor, but so far it just takes a lot of patience. So anyways, I think I better go grab a hammer. I'll be right back. Okay. What I was saying, I absolutely, yes, 100% enjoy, you get a kick out of getting these tractors unstuck and you know, bringing them back to life. You know, some people would, you know, you stay away from them, and you know, that's the chance you take. And not, like I say, I take a chance on some of these, trying to get them running. But boy, that baby's on there. I might have to take this completely right off and try to get a screwdriver or something in between the but anyways, Where's I going with that? I don't know, I lost my train of thought. But anyways, yes, I do get it satisfied to bring them back. I'm thinking that now that that tool I made to get this one unstuck will help with that M670 propane I got in there. So, because I'd love to hear that one running too, but I'm trying not to get too many projects going at once, if you know what I mean. Rotate this so I can get to it. And that one's not a priority, but I didn't buy that tractor to make money on it. It's a local tractor, and I kind of wanted to keep it. So, another LP tractor. Oh, here's a good clamp for some time. Oh, sun's shining. Gonna warm up a little bit here, but put that in the stash somewhere. I got a screwdriver around here. See if I can get underneath that and just talk to it a little bit. Try to get that thing started. Who knows how long this has been on here? How many heat cycles this was, you know, went through. And I did get a wrench. I want to thank, I haven't tried it yet, so maybe I shouldn't try to thank him yet, but Oliver Phil down there in Ohio, he told me about the John Deere wrench, starter wrench to get to that third one in the back there, starter on these. So, and he likes to use those, so I ordered one. I mean, I got it, it's here. Did you loosen it already? It's moving right here, but oh, there's always something. So, I'm not worried about saving this either, this one, so this muffler. Alright, I think it kind of turned a little bit right there, so that means it might move on me. Might come off now. Wow. Maybe not. Yeah, I wish I would have had this one ready for the show, but I didn't. I was disappointed too. But that's all right. It is what it is. Okay, well, I'm gonna fiddle around with this and I'll bring you back. All right, well, after some not very gentle separation, I got that out the pipe, but this pipe got a little loose on me, and I've never had those come out. The threads still look pretty good. I don't have a tap that big, but I have seen them for sale. But anyways, here. Whoa. My magnet isn't very magnetizing here. So anyways, there we go. I have some stuff they call, I used this on something else, I don't remember, but it's muffler cement. So I'm just gonna put that on the threads, you know, make it like a thread sealant, you know what I'm saying. Where are you going, Ratchet? I need you. But anyways, here, I'll put you up here, I guess, so you can see me and what I'm doing here. But yeah, because these threads aren't totally awesome on here, but so it's just a little, I mean, it was in there tight until I started messing with it. So I just want to keep the, you know, exhaust leaks to a minimum. That makes sense. Ooh, excuse you. So, all right. Yeah. Just smear that on the threads, just like, well, thread sealant, I guess. I'll try that. And I think if you can heat this up and it'll let loose, if you know what I'm saying. But I do have a rag in my pocket. Of course, it's on the hand that I have stuff on, so I got to do the old reach around the long way. So, okay. All right. I think it's pretty tough to cross thread this thing. There we go. Now we're going. Now we're cooking with something. Get her down there with the threads tighten right up. So. It's a fine thread too. So, all right. See if I can use this contraption. See if I turn it. If I keep going that way, that'll go the way I want. Okay. Yeah. At least I thought so. Maybe I'm wrong. There it goes. I don't have a, well, maybe I do have a pipe wrench just this big. It kind of feels like it's getting maxed out on torque here. Don't want to break it because it's actually a filter tool for filters. Let me look down in there, see if I can see. Oh, maybe it is bottomed out. I can't see any more threads down there. So, okay. Well, that wasn't bad. I don't know what you were worried about. Okay. Alright. Muffler tank. I think this one's a Stanley I got here, which yep. So I don't want to look at that. So we'll put it on this way. I'll get a rain cap for it. Okay. I still might try to find my big pipe wrench, and my dad has a huge pipe wrench too that we can use. I can use it to tighten that up, but kind of probably should do that before we get to before that cement sets up, right? Okay, fine. I'll do that right now. So, all right, I'll be back. Okay, I found it. And of course, I didn't go big enough yet. Oh, not that way. There we go. Oh yeah, I'm getting more turnage out of it. Good. Probably a good thing we're doing this. Okay. All right, we're gonna call that good. Cool. All right, let's tighten that up just a little bit more here. Okay, that done. Ooh. Okay, well, I think we can probably put the old drain plug back in now. We'll call her good there. I already cleaned it off, so nice and shiny. Whew. Okay, and we'll tighten up that drain plug. Okay, now it's time to throw some oil in this thing. Kind of real heavy. Heavy? Nope. Real happy so far with this after we got it running. Gave me quite a few fits, but mostly that carburetor. But yeah, so this is the 55th engine too, it says. Yeah, 328-00055, and it's a 425C-6. So I want to say, I'm not 100% sure, but I think the first 425s were power units. Then, or early power units, I should say. Then later ones would have been in, you know, of course this tractor, but G6 or let's see, what else would have had a 425? I think G6 was the first one, but because that's a 6-cylinder. Then, you know, of course, the anything in propane or spark ignition for the 900 series, as in 900, 950, 955 had 425s in them as well. So yeah, and the very last ones had a one-piece rear seal. So, and I would say this one does not, because this is a 1967, and I would say that this is the original motor to this tractor, just because the serial number is so close to the serial number of the tractor. So that's one nice thing Moline did. They put serial numbers on the motors and the transmission somewhere for the tractor. The tractor serial number is always on the rear end, and the serial number for the motor is always on the side of the motor, normally on the right hand side if you're sitting in the seat. But yeah, that's just one thing, except for the records they kept. My Z military, you go by the motor serial number for those. That's the only one that I'm aware of that the list, you know, how to figure out what year it is going by the motor serial number. So if that makes any sense or not. And that's coming from Brian Gagne, which, you know, if you're in the Minneapolis Moline community, you know that he is our guru, go-to guy for those kind of that kind of information. That guy has done so much research on these tractors. It's you know, luckily he's about my age, a little bit older. You know, he'll be around for a while. You know what I'm saying, to, you know, pick his brain, you know, per se. But yeah, the guy is just he was had an open house last weekend. So if you were coming from the south or made a trip down closer to Detroit and saw his collection, yeah, he's got I tell people the tractor collection is really nice, but his toy collection, holy cow, blow you right out of the water. And for you, I don't know, I wasn't down there, but I'm guessing he only had the Minneapolis Moline stuff on display. He also had some Ford tractors, you know, as in toys. And is it Massey Ferguson, or what's the other one, Brian? Anyways, that collection's pretty cool too. So, but anyways, I can let him correct me or not correct me. But anyways, yeah, I'm gonna put oil in this thing so that way I don't forget, and then somebody doesn't mess around and, you know, ruin this motor that we just got running, but which I doubt anybody else is gonna start it, but you never know. So, all right, I'll go grab the oil. I'll be back. Okay. Again, pay no attention to the vessel that I'm using this jug. That's not the oil that's in it. This oil, I have a bulk oil over here, and dump it out of that, or, you know, pump it out of there. So according to my book, this holds 13 quarts. Kind of a slow process, but I'm putting 1540 in it, 'cause that's what I have on hand. Not gonna hurt anything, especially if I'm not gonna leave it in there for a long time. So, and nice with a working tach, we can know how many hours are on the oil and go from there. So cool. I want to get this hood back on, because I can take that. That's not hard to take on and off, but I want to get this wiring fixed. I don't know if I'll do that in this video or not. It's probably getting quite long. So all right, well, I'll finish putting oil in this and bring you back. Okay, these are right there, just a hair above high, but it's gonna have to fill the filter yet too, so that should be good on oil. Oh yeah, we are coming along on this. Yep, I'm very happy so far, but I still might put a new coil on here, but just because, but you know, I don't know, she runs pretty good. So, but this wiring, well, that wire needs to be a little bit tighter. That's probably part of my issue right there. That needs new end on it right there. I can see that. Okay, yeah, we're getting there. There's little things, you know. Probably wouldn't hurt to change this cap. I know I talked about it, but so we might do that anyways. I have one, so sometimes, you know, if that cap has a crack in it, sometimes they, you know, have a tendency to miss or whatever. But yeah, here, I don't know, maybe you can see now. See how green and corroded? So, and then there's a wire that's just wrapped around that post. I don't know what that goes to yet. I'll have to figure that one out. But I just don't. It just needs. This is as far as I can pull it over here, so it's not a lot of room to work in there. I probably would have a little bit if I take this side panel off too. We can do that. Just yeah, I might have to put new ends on that. Looks like somebody already has one time or another, but see how the back of that switch is all green? That's a telltale sign that there's issues. That just happens. They have a, you know, they only live so long, you know, just like us. So something I want to point out, just, you know, teaching moment. See these two round things right here? Well, this is an LP tractor. That's where the LP valves work. So yeah, this pedal still here is the same for all of them. The diesels, I believe, still have that too. But yeah, awesome. That's all I got to say. But looks like we need a new shifting boot, which I might have one here already. But we're gonna need to change at least check the rear end oil on this thing, because I'm guessing the way that boot looks, that water could have got down in there, and this winter she'd be all, possibly the rear end would freeze up, you know, when it gets cold out. So, but hydraulic filters in here, I know I have one of them here, because that's the same on pretty much all of them, you know. The 670, you know, that's all the same too, I do believe. But G1000, I think the 1050 950 still had the same one too. But yeah, so I think we'll cut her here. Well, I've been working on. I'm gonna keep. I don't know if I'm gonna keep working or not. It's getting later in the day. Tiger's already played today, so I don't have to watch them. But gonna need some supper before too long. But next time, I'm gonna probably tonight yet. I'm gonna put the side panels on, but I won't bore you with that. They're just, you know, a couple bolts and that's on. So that way I can put this hood on. I'll probably end up. I'm not gonna put this one on yet because I still need to get in there, which is sitting right there. And I should get another fuel filter for this thing too, but I want to get this wiring sorted out and get this so I can start it from the seat. And that makes sense. So I know most of you would agree with that, right? So all right, well, enough babbling here. I'll get you out of the sun. So yeah, lots coming up this weekend. Let's see, what is today? Today is Wednesday, so I'll probably have another video come out before this weekend. But this weekend gonna be busy and lots of content for you guys and, well, for me to enjoy. So I'm actually heading to Indiana Friday night to pick up my buddy Brent, and we're heading west and got some stuff to do. So really not letting you know exactly where I'm going, but if you see me at one of these auction sales, don't be afraid to come up and say hi. I am going to video a little bit the auction sale that we're attending. So I'm doing two things out there: previewing an auction sale, then attending an auction sale. So don't tell my wife, and But anyways, that's the plan, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe to all your friends, and again, and I guess I don't know how to guess, Jacob is doing the whole TikTok thing for me, so he's in charge of that. So look, you know, get on TikTok if you want and check that stuff out. So I'm doing the videos, he's doing some of the recording too, and putting them on there. So I guess thanks for him. We're trying to, you know, get the channel subscribership up, and you know, we have some goals. All right, well, the SD card got filled up there in the middle of that conversation. I don't remember what I was saying, but anyways, we'll cut the video here. And actually, after the video, I kept working. I put the seat on. I put a, you know, so now it has a factory seat on it, and I did a couple other little things, put some of the more tin back on. So all right, well, we'll cut the video here. Not sure if this video is going to come out or the video of the rest of the tractors at the Mid-Michigan Old Tractor Association, including the Heritage tractors. So either way, I appreciate you watching. We'll see you in the next one.